Bitcoin is where it all ends. These thoughts keep going through my mind every time I read the news. We keep seeing more and more situations that show why Bitcoin is so important, and I'd like to talk about a few of them today. There is also a clip of a congressman saying that the SEC and the Biden government should stop what they are doing. The idea is wrong. I'll play that for you a little later in the movie. If it's okay with you, please subscribe and turn on the bell icon below the movie to see more videos like this. There will also be a link to Margex below the video in case you want to trade coins. You might want to try Margex. Also, Casper was added as collateral just now. Casper is up about 7.2% today. It might have something to do with Margex, but I don't think so. But if you want to, you can use Casper to trade on the Bitcoin chart, and then you can get paid in Casper. If your trade goes well, you should definitely see this below the film. For those who want to trade spot cryptocurrencies, there is also a link to CoinW below the video. If you want to, you can buy Bitcoin and then move it to a cold storage wallet. You can also trade futures. You can trade futures with a lot of different cryptocurrencies, so make sure you check out both of those links below the video right now. BTC is just below the 50-day moving average right now. When it breaks above the 50-day moving average, it's mega strong, and a bull run starts. It is normal for a bull market to stall sometimes. It's good, as you can see by the stabilization and crossover. The price of Boom goes up for a while, then down for a while as we move above the 50-day moving average. We should be able to get through this 50-day now. I believe the amount is around $65,000 if I remember correctly. Let's keep going up and move on to some news. President Biden and his staff said they would veto any laws that let banks store Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Trump has said that he will veto this joint motion of the House of Representatives if it gets to his desk. Their goal is to stop more banks from being able to hold Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. A lot of people are angry about this. They ask, why would you ever vote for President Biden? To be clear, I don't know why they would do this. I don't see the point. In the same way that I don't see why CCC Gary Gensler should go after a bunch of good crypto companies, I think this could change. I'm not saying anything political about it, I'm just saying I don't see a future where the president keeps telling the biggest banks in the world, no, I think that if Jamie Dimon and the other big banks really want to hold Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, they will, and they have already. They've already shown interest, and now some representatives are working against these kinds of rules. For instance, French Hill is a cool name for a US congressman. French Hill gives a speech in support of overturning an SEC rule that stops controlled financial firms from using bad language around Bitcoin and crypto. The Biden administration's SAB 121 is wrong and should be thrown out. Let's play this quickly. Thank you, Chairman McHenry, and thank you, Congressman Flood of Nebraska, for your great work on this Congressional Review Act motion to undo the CC's mistake in their staff accounting building 121. It would change the way custody is done in this country. It's not just about crypto. This is a broad rule that the SEC made without following the Administrative Procedures Act. It's the GO's rule. If it's a rule, it has to go through the Administrative Procedures Act, have a public comment time, and involve people. Ranking Member Waters pointed out that they didn't talk to the banking officials who are in charge of overseeing custody in this country. A custodian is someone who holds your assets for you, like stock shares, acres of forest land, a rental house, or tens of thousands of dollars. Bitcoin, it is not common practice in the financial services industry to hold reserves against assets in custody. This accounting bulletin for workers is wrong. We need to set aside money for that type of digital assets that we are maintaining. That's part of the Biden administration's bigger plan to treat digital assets badly. House Republicans don't understand why digital assets are treated differently from other assets. Under Mr. McHenry's and Mr. Thompson's leadership, the Ad Committee has a fit-for-purpose method that tells the SEC and the CFTC how to handle digital assets. This accounting report is going the wrong way, which is a shame. The Congressional Review Act was made for this reason. That's why we're using the Constitution's Article 1 power. So it sounds like they're making them hold even more than the Bitcoin they're entrusted with. For example, if I give them a Bitcoin to entrust, they have to hold that Bitcoin and also have reserves of maybe 0.3 Bitcoin or 0.5 Bitcoin or something else to hold on top of that, which is not normal, right? Sure, they don't have to go buy half of a rental house if you get a mortgage on it, right? It's just kind of weird, and I know that's not a one-for-one thing, but it's another way that the SEC is going too far with news from Australia. This bank will stop taking cash out this month and will no longer accept any change. They just keep going, as if it doesn't matter because no one uses cash. Not everyone is happy about this though. Cash lets you use your money without being watched as closely. Banks don't want you to spend your money in certain ways or places. If you only use your card, they can see everything you buy, so they don't want you to go to yes. This is going to make some people mad. Some people might buy Bitcoin again. If you want to be free from banks and your money, all roads lead to Bitcoin, right? Everyone looking over your shoulder and the government may want to go buy some Bitcoin. Of course, you should always pay your taxes and all that, but we are also seeing more and more inflation. Because of high inflation, Argentina is going to make its first 10,000 peso note. Let us look. Okay, 214% or 211.4% inflation in Argentina in 2023 means that $100 today is worth only $31 a year from now. It seems like every path leads to Bitcoin. There are useless notes in your hands that you need to hold on to instead of Bitcoin. To be clear, I believe Bitcoin is very helpful. It will keep going up in value, but it's smart to have some cash on hand in case of a bad market. But cash is useless during a bull market. It's important to remember that during the next bull run, you may want to take gains and put them into Bitcoin or maybe even cash. I know. That sounds awful. You should hold on to it for a short time though, if you think the price will drop soon or if you just want to make a profit. Remember that cash is useless, but Bitcoin can be useful for a short time in the US or other countries with lower inflation. There are many other times when Bitcoin would be useful, but I haven't talked about many of them in this video. But Elon Musk recently said that this sounds crazy. If this is true, please check the community notes and let us know. I don't know if this is true again. I haven't seen any community notes that say this is wrong. On the other hand, Trudeau and Canada are supposedly passing a crazy new law called Online Harm C-63. It lets them search the internet for hate speech from the past and arrest people for breaking the law before it was made official. Again, if they can do that, they can freeze your funds. If they don't like something about you, they can freeze your bank accounts. You said, the truth is that unless you keep your assets safe, they can always be taken. This product I have here is proof of that. Okay, fine. Is this a stack sack? If I don't pay my property taxes, this house can be taken away, even if it's paid off. If I don't follow the rules, they can take my body, but Bitcoin in a hard wallet really can't be taken away from you, right? If you remember the words and only have them here, they can't be taken away. The same goes for if you have a good place to hide them. Take this into account, all roads lead to Bitcoin. Again, let me